All right, folks. Our first giveaway of the night, because we have two, is coming up right now. And this one's going to be limited to a few folks. The second one's going to be nationwide. The first one's going to be limited to just Houston folks. Don't be mad at me. It's just the way it is, just how it goes. But if you are in the Houston area right now, I got a pair of tickets to give away to a real pain, a real pain, which is fantastic because it's written and directed by Jesse Eisenberg. It also stars Kieran Culkin, Jennifer Grey, Will Sharp, and it looks fantastic. And also, just to kind of hear that Jesse Eisenberg is getting into the writing and directing deal, that's already pretty cool. So, listen, Houstonites, you're probably watching the Rockets game right now, but in the chat is the link to win a pair of advanced screening tickets to A Real Pain. And if you're not in Houston, don't fret. We got a nationwide movie giveaway coming up in, let's say, about 10 minutes, 10, 12 minutes, something like that. All right. To get back to what I was talking about earlier, even though I was having some audio difficulties here, happy anniversary to John Wick. John Wick, happy birthday, turns 10. And tonight was the 10th anniversary screening nationwide. If you're in the East Coast, if you're in Central or the Mountain Time Zone, most likely you've already missed your chance. But if you're on the West Coast, I believe there are still movie showings occurring in your area, in your time zone. So check your local listings to see if you can check out the 10th anniversary screening of John Wick. And while we're wondering if you are, let's hear from the man himself.
It's really cool. It's really great that the film is having the opportunity to be seen on the big screen where it was made for. Being 10 years, time flies when you're having fun, and the whole John Wick, the first John Wick changed my life, and the whole series. It's been just such an amazing experience to be a part of these films. Yeah, I mean, early days, talking with Chad and Dave, the directors of John Wick, just really excited to be able to create what we had in our heads, like the vision for the film, and we love the script and the character and the world so much, and just everyone's enthusiasm to get a chance to create and work together. Yeah, it's such a lovely performance, and working with Anna, I've worked with her before, and so we had a really great um, working shorthand and trust, and she's lovely in the film, and um, you know, the way that she does John Wick action is inspiring. I hope so. Yeah, I hope so. I mean, a lot of attention and care went into kind of its curation to be organically part of the world, and I thought they achieved that very successfully.
That is the man, the myth, the legend himself, Keanu Reeves. Is mic working? Let me just check. Yes, it's working. So yeah, if you're on the West Coast, check your local listings because there still may be 10th anniversary screenings or showings of John Wick. And also, I bring up Keanu because he's not going to be slowing down anytime soon. His Berserker graphic novels, they're flying off the shelves, and he's got two projects coming up with Netflix. The first of which is an anime, and he also has a live action project coming out as well. They're going to be absolutely brutal. There's going to be so much violence, fighting in it. It's going to be wonderful. So, congrats and happy birthday to John Wick, turning 10 years old. Where does the time go? Let's see here. Also, wanted to talk about this week's episode of The Penguin. The Penguin, episode 7, titled Top Hat. This I was not prepared for. It was an epic episode. Was not ready for it by any means whatsoever, and it all started with this cold open of Oz as a kid. It's a flashback. He's in his mom's apartment, and he's with his two older brothers, who we've kind of heard little things about, but never got a chance to kind of see anything about them. He's got these two, I believe they're older brothers, and you find out that the older one is already sort of mixed in with the mob. He's mixed in with the gangsters. He's not like a big um, gangster himself or anything, but he is doing some activities and he's making some money on the side, which was surprising. And Oz, you kind of see that he already has this familiarity with the whole gangster lifestyle or just the gangs in the area of Gotham, and he actually kind of thinks they're cool. I don't know if he looks up to them per se, but you hear it in his voice and what he says about them. He knows that the gangsters exist. He knows what they're kind of about, and he thinks they're cool. So you already see sort of the seeds being planted um, with Oz and just kind of the organized crime that goes on around Gotham. It was interesting because his dad, not his dad, his older brother said something about um yeah, just checking out this car on the street, and his brother says, "Ah, this must be the richest guy in town." And I'm like, Thomas Wayne? Because wouldn't Thomas Wayne be the richest guy in town? Which is funny, but clearly not, right? It was ended up being some random gangster on the street. Raymond's in the chat saying, "So good." Absolutely, man. But yeah, and then the episode progresses. Oz is hanging out with his brothers beneath the streets of Gotham. They're hanging out in these tunnels, and you kind of get the sense that his brothers have not always been or taking it easy on him. They kind of rag on him, and they probably tease him a number of times. I mean, normal brothers would do that to begin with, but Oz, because he has the situation with his foot, they probably did that a little bit more. And so he gets frustrated to the point that he locks him in this storm drain during this heavy downpour. And they get stuck. They get trapped. And you know how it ends for them and the two of them. And what's interesting is that we're sort of I don't think there's a moment, unless I missed it. I don't think there's a moment where the we find out if the mother knows what happened. And if anybody's in the chat and you guys kind of saw it, then let me know if I missed it. But I don't think there was a moment where you find out that Oz's mom knows what happened to her sons. The whole time she's kind of just freaking out about like where they've been and how they're missing and how long they've been gone. Um, so I don't know if Oz ever tells her that. Again, I was probably working on my doing some work while I was watching this, so I might have missed a line or something. But yeah, it is dramatic. It is intense. He's had a lot of trauma in his past, and it's almost you kind of don't ever see him be remorseful about it. He's kind of looking out the window at one point, wondering where his brothers are, but I don't ever get the sense that Oz is remorseful about what he did. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Flash forward to modern time, or and Sophia got of him, um, kidnapped rights for his hometown, you know, the kind of slimy guy kind of just finds a way out of it, gets a little bit of help, and it's bonkers that he's able to sort of make it out again just by the skin of his teeth. And if that wasn't enough, um, he's down in underground still and he's fighting. with Salvatore Moroni, and Salvatore suffers what looks like a heart attack. And you kind of wonder if at first Oz seems like he doesn't want to win this way, but then by the end, after Moroni passes, he sort of takes credit for it, even though he had some help. A heart attack isn't induced by Oz by any means. So it's how he wins out on top. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it is Francis. I think Francis tells her too much because Francis is telling Sophia, Oz is going to get you. Francis is always so bullish, and I think that is the thing it needed to make sure us going forward. Because at the end of the episode, Oz is thinking, I'm going to get my mom back. I'm going to get my ma back. And instead of that happening, spoiler alert, Sophia sends an empty car filled with explosives to one up Oz. And that's how it ends there. Sophia's willing to sacrifice his entire empire underground in order to win. That's pretty bold. That's pretty bold. It's pretty ballsy, if you ask me. But yeah, I kind of think that through her conversation with Francis, she realized it's not enough. I need to do something more. And plus, Oz lets her know I killed Moroni, so she's like, I can't mess with this guy anymore. Been playing with him too long. We had him dead to rights in his apartment. I'm gonna go ahead and see how all that really deep. Other than, other than Oz needs to call the penguin. Heard it? Other than we Oz make it go. What's the interesting part about this whole thing? We'll see what happens. All right. We have one more giveaway coming up, and it's going to be a nationwide opportunity, and that's going to come up in just a second. Last thing I want to do, and I know this is sort of old here, but I want to talk about a movie that not very many people talked about. I want to talk about Venom: The Last Dance. Let me get this up here. And if you want to talk about Venom, I want to hear from you guys what you thought about it. But I'm probably one of the last ones to catch it, right? Just caught Venom: The Last Dance over the weekend. And this is my spoiler review. I get into too many details. I feel like it's necessary. Let's start off saying yes. Lost Harvey as in the darkness were best actors, even in or, or makes a lot of um, I just do. So, Reddit, so let's talk about the evil you know, movie. I was hearing a lot of things. I was hearing a lot of it's the best. It's the best out of all of them. It's the funniest. It's the most action packed. And I got to be honest, I I didn't see a lot of new ideas with the exception of like all the new symbiotes that we got. But we've seen other symbiotes other than Venom before. But we got like a lot more. And they were allies this time. So I'll give you that one. But even like all the other things that kind of should have had bigger moments, we kind of got a lot of them spoiled in the trailer. Venom taking over a horse so that they can, travel faster. It felt like it should have been a cool moment, but it just learned. Plus, we already knew it was happening in the trailer. A lot of the humor, a lot of the comedy, it was a lot of the and it really wasn't new. A lot of the humor and a lot of the comedy, it didn't feel new. It just felt kind of rehashed. It felt like we were kind of using the same old beats, and they weren't as funny as the first or the second time because this is the third film. Which leads me to the end. And man, I really cannot believe that the ending of this movie didn't stick the landing for me. It was supposed to be this sort of emotional farewell. It was supposed to be kind of losing a friend, a partner in crime, and it just didn't feel earned. Like as a member of the audience, I wasn't emotionally invested in what was happening on screen, and you can tell that's what they were going for. Um, to end a trilogy, I feel like you kind of have to go bigger. Adding Null, big, sure, big idea. Not you putting Galactus in two as the stars of the cloud. We never saw the it's how and kind of insane. Null exists all in all on how it went down. best one. The trilogy. But it kind of feel with movies were obligated to. That's not saying it's what it is, and Tom's not the reason why it kind of doesn't work. But it's tough. All in all, if man, really wanted to like the movies. If you watched Venom, The Last Dance, let me know your guys' thoughts on it. But we usually do a 1 to 5 scale. It's a Geekcast rating. 1 being worst movie ever, 5 being best movie ever. I'd probably give The Last Dance probably a 2.5. Venom 2, I'd give a 2. Venom 1, the original, I'd give it a 3.5. None of these films are like blowing anybody away. Unfortunately, I really thought the ingredients were there to kind of make something worthwhile, but it really, it really, and that's not we're feeling different. Comment on last event. Which they were the were but well, uh, another the county, yeah, be sure to check out check 1, check 2. There we go. All right. Our final giveaway is going to be a nationwide contest, and it's going to be for the movie The Best Christmas Pageant Ever. We're going to be giving away multiple pairs of tickets to lucky individuals in the U.S. This is a run of engagement pair of passes, which means you can redeem them at any time starting November 8th, which is on Friday, until the movie ends its theatrical run. But the best Christmas pageant ever. It looks like a hilarious comedy. It starts this Friday, and we are giving away a pair of passes. The link is in the chat right now. Just register on the site with your first and last name, your email, and your city, and we will pick a bunch of winners to win a pair of passes. You'll redeem your tickets on adamtickets.com, and we will get those to you starting Friday morning. So be sure to check out your emails on Friday morning to see if you are one of our lucky winners for the best Christmas pageant ever. Again, this is open to all U.S. residents. Go to the link, register, and good luck to you guys. And that'll do it for us. Be sure to check out the Countdown City WrestleCast coming up right after me. We got plenty of things to talk about, and yeah, can't wait, guys. We will post more giveaways coming up soon. Next week, we have a massive giveaway that I cannot wait to give out, but I'm gonna keep it on the down low until we're ready to do that. But for now, thank you everybody for watching. Thank you to Joel for taking the time to speak with me today. And go check out Michael Winslow this weekend at Ingram Park Mall starting at 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. And you guys will enjoy it. Have a great night, everybody, and peace.